Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I'll be reviewing the horror game Devotion that I recently just finished doing a playthrough of. Now, if you do want to check that out, I do have a link in the description below to that playlist. Though if you are interested in playing the game yourself and want to refrain from any spoilers, I suggest doing your own run first before checking that out. And don't worry, I won't be giving away anything that could be seen as a spoiler in this review. Just remember, my comments on this are my own views and thoughts gathered from my experience in playing this game. You may or may not agree, and that's fine. If you want, feel free to throw your thoughts in the comment section down below and let me know why you do or don't agree with what I say and any other opinions you may have. Okay, so let's just get into it. First topic I want to talk about is story. I feel like that is the most obvious sort of important part that then determines whether or not people want to play the game or whether or not they even enjoyed it by the time they have finished. Anything that has the intent to create an interest through story needs to be able to have one that actually captivates you. Whether it's a book, a movie or a joke, it needs to be able to keep your interest, and Devotion does a fantastic job at that. From the get-go, I already had myself hooked on this game. I was making guesses of what the story could be about, where it's going, and the thing is with this game, the story stayed strong all the way through to the end, and even past that I'd probably say. Now for me at least, at certain points of progression, I thought I concluded what the story was about, to then only make a new hypothesis 10 minutes later, and then second guess that again the more I played. I feel like there was so much attention to detail in this game. Like, not in the sense where you know where it's going, how it's going to end, like a lot of games and movies with this particular genre end up doing. It's a perfect balance of, I think I know what's going to happen, and I don't know what's going to happen. I'm sure I probably could have explained that a little bit better. The game just does a great job at handing you enough bits of information to keep you invested as you progress, slowly creating this great story around you. World building is the next thing I want to talk about, as well as everything I think that comes under that, like characters, atmosphere, and sound. In the first 10 minutes of the game, you already have strong impressions from the apartment complex you're in, the eerie atmosphere you're constantly surrounded by, the family from the small interactions you have with dialogue, and all the small items you can interact with around the apartment. All these things give more detail about the person you are playing, your family, and their particular lifestyle. As you progress further and further into the game, it introduces you to all these other characters you don't necessarily meet or have interactions with, and it may only be brief mentions, but it builds such a strong foundation and understanding of the world. Each new bit of information is perfectly placed in progressive steps of the game. The character development really creates understanding of the personalities, emotions, struggles, and desires each one of them might have. They've done a really good job at managing all of that, in my opinion. All the background sounds play such a large and important role in immersing you into the world they have created. If you're playing with headphones on in a dark setting, every little noise feels like you're walking through your own home. This helps master the art of jump scares, all perfectly timed to make you crap your pants several times over while playing the game. The sound design and voice acting is nothing but high quality. There is a lot of powerful scenes in this game. I will not talk too much about the emotions they create, because I feel like that will probably be giving away a little bit too much about the story, but it is done in a way that makes it feel like they've created a world bigger than what you actually have to explore. The game itself is not overly long, so it doesn't feel like any of the mechanics they use to create fear get stale at any point or overused. The game just does a beautiful job at keeping you involved and drawn into the story. Graphics is the next thing I want to talk about, I guess. I won't have to talk about that too long, other than to say it's great. Not in the way we have photorealistic faces, more in the quality of the textures, the lighting effects, how the lighting reflects. It all makes you feel like the environment is a real setting, which I think adds to that creepy atmosphere as well. So with all that said, the combined quality of environmental story, psychological horror, perfectly timed scares, character development, and somewhat vague but luring story, I think this is definitely up there as one of the best horror games. In fact, probably the best one I've played so far, just due to the quality of attention in every aspect throughout the whole game experience. It's not an overly challenging game in the sense where you might die a lot and have to keep loading back, which overall in my opinion will just end up ruining the horror factor of the game. Or in the sense of like wits, to try to figure out each stage, though I did struggle pretty hard in one area, but that was just due to my own stupidity. 100% recommend this game. I'll have a link in the description to Red Candle's website where you can pick it up yourself. You will have to confirm your age. You can make an account if you want. I did. The game itself is reasonably priced. They do have another game there as well. I think it's Detention. I haven't checked that one out. They also got the original soundtracks available also, which like comes under the quality of sound I was talking about earlier. Is amazing. They've done a great job with that. So if you wasn't sure if this was a game you wanted to play, hopefully this has helped your decision on that. If you don't think you're going to get this game, which huge loss in my opinion for you, and maybe just want to watch someone do a playthrough of it, like I said earlier, I do have a link to my full playthrough of the game in the description. Throw any comments you have as well down there, any suggestions you have for my videos. I do plan on doing another horror game playthrough just because I enjoyed that one so much. The ones I'm thinking about at the moment, just mainly because I have them, is Layers of Fear 1 and 2, Silver Chains, I think it is, The Suicide of Rachel Foster, Visage. I don't know. I've got quite a few that I want to play. I'll probably put the names of them all in the list below. Maybe just comment down as well which one of those maybe you would like to see me play next. I do want to do The Forest. I want to do a playthrough of that with one of my mates. I know there's a little bit of hype coming back up on that again. That's not the reason why. It's just I played that before it was like a proper game, like before it was officially released, like alpha or beta or whatever it's called, ages back, and I really loved it. I just never had a computer to play it on between then and recently, so I would actually love to get back into that as well. So I think that will wrap this one up. If you enjoyed it or if it helped you out a little bit about this game, hit the like and subscribe. It does have a big impact than you might think, and it will just make my day a little bit better. So with all that, thanks.